Hi, I'm Julian Jazar, and that was the main theme from the Netflix series Stranger Things, except I did something a little special with it. I pitched it up from the C chord to the F chord, and the difference between that sounds a little bit like this. So this alteration I made is kind of a musical representation of something called neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to form new neural connections and then becoming more accustomed to using those new connections. And scientists used to think that neuroplasticity only took place whenever you were a child, and that your brain hardens, in a sense, over time. This actually isn't the case. You can do almost anything you want at almost any age. Granted, there are some differences and harder things to do whenever you're at an older age. Like if you tried to learn a backflip when you were 80, that would not work. Take how I learned the piano, for example. My parents put me in piano lessons when I was 8 years old, and I was in them for 4 years, hating basically every single one of those years. And so then eventually I quit. But just like the brain creating new pathways to learn something, I created my own new pathway to learn the piano in the way that I loved. So, and that's exactly how the brain is made. It's created to grow. And music is actually one of the best ways to grow and exercise your brain. Whenever you're playing music, there are fireworks going off all around your brain, specifically 3 parts of your brain. The frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, and the occipital lobe. The frontal lobe controls motor functions, the parietal lobe controls hearing, and the occipital lobe controls eyesight, and ironically it's at the back of the head. I don't know why. So playing music is like a full body workout for your brain, and just like whenever you're working out the rest of your body, you need to make sure that you're working out your brain correctly. Practicing the right way is key, and one of the ways to do that is through purposeful practice. And there are 4 requirements to purposeful practice. One is focus on whatever it is you're doing, having a specific, well-defined goal, making it just outside your comfort zone, and getting feedback from somebody else on how you did. And so studies have shown that if you want to become an expert at anything, that putting in 10,000 hours of practice is the best way to do that. This is different for everyone. Sometimes you can be at the same place as someone who only put in 2,000 hours whenever you put in 10,000 hours. There are many variables like where you trained, how you trained, who your trainer was, things like that. So we can end with a recap on everything we learned. Your brain is always growing, no matter what your age. Music is one of the greatest ways to help your brain grow, and music can actually increase your intellect and your creativity. Speaking of creativity, music is one of the, creating your own music is the best and most fulfilling thing that I have ever experienced, and thanks to music increasing the creative side of my brain, I was able to make this song. It's called Tempo Change.